And I talk about inflation quite a bit. I talk about, and so I saw a tweet on X and I pulled it. It looks, it was a comparison going back to 1970s. Okay. And incomes. Have your incomes kept pace? I mean, look, some of you are not that old, obviously. So, but you need to have a sense of history. You need to have a sense of where things were or when things are today. Okay. I'm old enough to have experienced a lot of this. I'm old enough to have experienced the massive inflation spike in the 70s when Volcker raised the rates to 20%. You guys think 5-6% rates are high? 7% mortgages are high? Well, you should have lived through that. Originally, when gold had hit 800 and inflation was running at 15%. The U.S. bond market, the Paul Volcker, then rest in peace, Federal Reserve Chairman, raised the rates to 20%. You could have gotten 20% on short-term bills. Think about it, people. So when the Fed raises the rates from 0 to 5, people go, "Oh my God, rates are so high." I'm like, no, historically, actually, 5 is pretty average. But so I said, this is going to be a good tweet to talk about where it's been like, kind of nostalgia, go back and forth, and on certain items, how inflation has hurt the average American consumer and us, all of us. So, Fred Krueger is a PhD at Stanford. I'm pretty sure. I follow him on X. So he put up this list, and I thought it was fascinating. And I'm pretty sure he fact-checked all of the stuff. In 1971. Okay, now we're going back a while. We're going back, what, 50... I was 4 years old. So 54 years. We're at 2025. I keep forgetting we're in 2025. Okay, so a gallon of gas costs 36 cents. Today, $3, up 8x. In California, it's more like 4. A slice of pizza in New York, this is all 71 compared to today. New York slice, beautiful New York slice, thin crust, costs 25 cents. Today, $5. I'm pretty sure you can get it for less, but that's up 20x. Big Mac cost 65 cents in 1971. Today, $7, up 11x. Fine dining for 2 costs $30. I don't know about that. I think that's a little high even for 71. Today, 300, which is probably talking a Michelin star restaurant. Stanford, because that's where he went. Stanford costs $2,400 a year. Today, $66,000, up 26x. Dental checkup costs $20. Today, $200, up 10x. A 2,000 square foot house cost $27,000 in 1971. Today, $425,000, up 14x. 5-star hotel in 71 supposedly cost $60. Today, $700, up 11x. Doctor home visits, which we don't have obviously anymore, cost $20. Today, $300, up 15x. A Ford F-100 pickup truck cost $2,400. Today, the same truck, the F-150, costs $36K. I think is low. It's probably higher. So, but then he followed up with the tweet of incomes, what has happened since 1971. So federal minimum wage was $1.60. Today it's $7.25. Nobody gets paid federal minimum wage. That's up 4x. Average office worker made $10K in 1971. Now he or she makes $74K, up 7x. The average starting salary for engineers was $10K. Now it's 76x, up 7x. Basically, if you guys can see, the incomes have not caught up or have not gone up as high as certain items that have on the left side. Okay, so basically, the salaries are up 4 to 9x unless you're an investment banker. And he says he couldn't find any salary category that went up more than 10x. While everything else on the left-hand column has gone up, some of them have gone up 20x. So, with that said, what do you guys think? How's inflation for you? I think inflation is a tax on the American consumer, American public, and I think it's horrible. It's man-made, without a question, especially in our case because of our debt. Right? We just keep printing and spending and printing and spending and printing and spending. That's what's going to happen. Milton Friedman, rest in peace, said that inflation is man-made. It's not in nature, right? Inflation is man-made with horrible, broken, like I spoke about on the first segment, broken fiscal policy followed by broken monetary policy. And I know from myself, okay, 6, 7 years ago, I love Costco. I love the company. I love their culture. All right, look at the stock price. I mean, if you own Costco for the last 6, 7 years or dollar cost average in Costco, you're doing so well. Okay, Costco is my inflation fighter, let's say. Okay, I run a household of 4. Well, I go to Costco probably every 10 days or so, every couple of weeks. And, I intend to spend 200. I come out spending 500 every single time. But there's a reason for that. 6, 7 years ago, when I went to Costco with a $100 US bill, $100 bill, right? The C note, famous C note. I was able to pick up probably 11, 12, maybe 10, 12 items because they were all priced at $6.99, $7.99, right? That's Costco. You all know that. You all know what I'm talking about. Now I go with the same looking $100 bill. It still says $100, right? How many items you guys can pick up at Costco today? The same items. How many of those you think you will be able to pick up? Not only the packaging is smaller, but they're all priced at $14.99, $15.99, $12.99. So 6, 7 years ago, I could buy probably 10, 11 items with my $100 bill. Today, I can maybe buy 5, 6, maybe 7 items with the same $100 bill. Right then and there, that shows where your buying power has gone. Right then and there, right? Everything we're buying. Well, his list, Mr. Kruger's list, did not include healthcare. It did not include education. Well, it did kind of on Stanford, but even on, public universities, right? Not every insurances, home prices, rents. If you figure all in, is your salary keeping pace with inflation? If you're a regular Joe, W-2, is your salary keeping pace with inflation? I don't think it is. And, we'll see. Because if the Fed keeps lowering rates and inflation comes back, we're in trouble. Everything I'm paying, I know from my budget, everything I'm paying for has doubled, tripled over the last 4 or 5 years. Well, what has gone down in price? I don't know. From food to clothing to services, everything has doubled, tripled. So, yeah, inflation is a bad thing, and once it's in the system, it's really difficult to get eradicated, get rid of it. But hopefully, you guys will watch me and make some extra dollars and pay for the extra costs you're incurring because of inflation.